What's up, folks, and welcome back. I am GT, and this is yet another episode in the preparation for the Lone Star 600 / GT&T Show Camping Extravaganza in the 88 Bourbon. We're down here again in the Chicken Coop garage. It is the weekend before the Lone Star 600, and we have a few small things we need to knock out before we get on to the bigger things, like making sure all the camera gear's charged up, charge all the Milwaukee batteries for the fan, make sure I have the sleeping bag, the small nitty-gritty stuff. But as far as the Suburban goes, there's just a few things left I want to do before I go. Now, I had mentioned that I wanted to do a sleep platform. That is not going to happen this year. I've run out of time. I've run out of energy. I also mentioned about fixing the back doors for the seals. Again, it ran out of time, ran out of energy. Hopefully, the weather shows that everything's going to be beautiful this coming up next weekend. So if it gets down to it, we've always got the trusty tape, and we'll do our tape on tape. Not fixed, but works for the weekend. So join us today as we get these few small things knocked out, and then the next video you see, we should be at the Lone Star 600. Well, the first order of business that I really want to attend to is the spare tire. Last week y'all saw us put the spare tire out of the white Suburban into the 88, and it fits in that nice spare tire wheel well, but it slaps around horrendously as I'm driving. Just bam, 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 every time I hit a bump or a corner. So I want to find a way to get that attached down. I think I've come up with a solution. Now, the 88 didn't have all of the spare tire attachment stuff in it when I bought it, but I robbed a piece out of it. This eyelet right here, I went ahead and pulled it out of the Suburban and put it in this slot, and it wasn't quite the right fit, but I made it fit. I think I cross-threaded it. It may never come out again. I'm not real sure. Not a permanent place I want to put the spare, but it gets me through until I get that figured out. And all we did now was just put a ratchet strap through that loop and tied it down. It's pretty sturdy, nothing wiggles and shakes and wobbles, so I think it'll be a great place to do that. So now that we got the spare tire marked off, I need to go to the second thing that's really been bugging me, and I probably should have done it not just for this video, but just because it needs to be done, and that is the rear cover on the rear AC. It's been dangling and flopping around for a long time. You can see here it's just quite a bit, 6 inches or so that's dangling down. I think what I can do is pull this cover off and see if there's some reinforcement behind it. If not, we'll figure something out, but I think I can make something work with a little self-tapping screw and get that back up where I need it to be. All right, we've got the rear AC cover fixed and done. A couple self-tapping screws in the right places, got it where it needed to be, up out of the way. Perfect. The next thing we need to work on, that's really been driving me nuts driving down the road, are those two rear lights. They don't work anymore. They just make a click-clack sound. I got Big Man up here gonna help me with this one. So let's get that knocked out, see what we can come up with. The traffic is busy today. All right, after looking at these rear lights, I was hoping they'd be plugged in, but there's a switch and they've got stuff kind of wired around, so I think what's gonna happen is we're just gonna cut them, and I'll deal with the wires later. They're not active. Everything's unplugged up front. All right, so Thomas, you want to do us the honor of cutting those?
Sure.
That one. Do it like New Year's. You got a countdown, and the ball drops. All right, while he cuts that last one, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Guys, thanks for joining us the last couple of videos as we get the Suburban ready for the upcoming fall season. We hope you stick around. Even after they're done, they're loud. We hope we get around to seeing y'all on the next couple of videos after the 600. We'll have some coverage while we're there. Hopefully do some interviews and talk to some people, but we'll see you next week at the Lone Star 600.